I've tried a lot of different amp sims now over the years, and there's no denying many of them sound incredible. The days of thinking you have to mic up a killer half stack to get a great guitar tone are officially over. Do I still believe in miking up a cab to get an awesome tone? Of course, but now that amp sims sound so great and realistic, and they're so quick and easy to use, why waste a moment of creativity that you might never get back? That being said, I have found the best sounding amp sim out there. It's the one I use on all my music, productions, and guitar reviews. And so, what is it? Well, it's the Mark Lewis Tone Hub Suite from STL Tones. I feel like I've mentioned it a dozen times over the past 3 to 4 years, but for whatever reason, I've never made a dedicated video about it. So in this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how I use it to get the tone that so many of you have asked me about. As I said, I've tried a lot of different amp sims, and they all sound great, but I keep coming back to the Mark Lewis STL Tone Hub as my go-to, because it simply sounds the best. And why is that? Because it sounds exactly like the real mic'd up rig I've been using for half my life. Kind of ironic, huh? Okay, so here we are. This is the STL Tone Hub, what it looks like right here. And I'm wearing headphones strictly for video making purposes. It has nothing to do with using the plugin or anything like that. It's just for recording the screen, stuff like that. So anyways, it just makes things easier. Although I prefer not to wear headphones, it is what it is. So what we're gonna do is, here's what this plugin just sounds like. So pretty cool. So I'm going to show you exactly how I set it up and get it dialed in. But first, let's take a look at just how you can get this. No sponsor, anything like that. So I have no benefit to me if you buy this or not. I just like sharing things that I think are cool. And of all the amp sims, like I've said, that I've downloaded so far, this is my go-to. Mark and the STL boys have done it. Just sounds amazing. Sounds just like a rig I'd love. So first, we're going to go to stltones.com, go to products here. We're going to go to Tone Hub. There it is. Every tone you need in the one place. So we'll look at these subscriptions here in a sec, but let's look for the expansion packs here for the Mark Lewis. There he is. Okay, so this is $50 if you just want to buy it on your own, on its own. But what they recommend here is, this is what I was going to say, just try this bad boy for free. Check it out. 10 days, totally free, and you get everything. Mark Lewis, Colin Richardson, Jason Sukoff, all those guys. You get everything, and you get to try it for for 10 days and see if you like it. Nothing to lose. Then if you do like it, $15 a month or $150 a year, or if you just want to buy it and you're not a fan of subscriptions, you can do this thing right here. Okay, so check it out. So for $200, you get one free pack of your choice. So for $200, you can get this Mark Lewis thing going and own it, or just check it out for free. Or if you like to pay monthly, you get it. So you can hear some more demos on here and stuff. But anyways, here I am in here with it. I'm going to show you how I dialed it in, and then we'll just make a little song from scratch and just hear what it's like. So I browsed through here at first when I first fired it up. Check it out. So here's all these all the amps in the cabinets. Dual rectifiers, diesels, driftwoods, 5150 block letters, 6534s, which is just like the 6505, which I like the best. EVHs, PRS, Marshalls, stuff like that. So there's a bunch of these different 6534s through a Mesa, which is, again, the cabinet that's made up my sound for so much. So there's like 5 variations of the 6534 here. They appear to all be with Mesa cabs. Some are mic'd with 57, some are mic'd with a Bayer M201. And there could be other differences, like what kind of stomp boxes they're using when you load that up. So what I chose is, I just like the sound of this this particular 21 for some reason. And let's just load that up and go to its default. And I'm sorry. So this is what it sounds like default. I bet it's going to be pretty quiet. So the first thing we'll do is just bring up the level there. So anyways, that sounded good to me, and I just started dialing this in right here, just like a regular amp, how I normally do it. In fact, I probably looked over at my amp. You can't see it in the screen right here, but I have my main 6505 going right there, and across the bottom, I've written my settings there, which, so in case they get bumped or anything, I can just move them. Those are the settings that I've just dialed in over the past many, many years to get the exact sound that I'm looking for, but, it's all tweakable. If my treble's supposed to be on 7 and it's on 6, are you really going to notice? I don't think so. So just getting in the ballpark is cool. But anyways, I just started dialing this into what I liked, and what I liked looks like this. And I just named that preset RA1. Here's what it sounds like. So to me, that sounds awesome, and I'm ready to go. So it's as simple as just loading up the plugin, figuring out one of these presets you like, and then just dialing this in here. Right now, here, I'm just going to even show you exactly what these settings are so that you could dial this in exactly like you want as well. Starting from left to right with the dials, and then we'll go through this stuff here. The in is just at 0. The gate is at negative 54.6. I believe it started a little bit higher. Maybe I brought it down. I forget, but I just was jamming and adjusted that till I got no noise and the sustain that I wanted. My gain is at 9.2, bass 5.4, middle 8. Was it 8.6? I just moved it. Treble 10, presence 8.3, resonance 8.8, master 3.8, level 6.4. I haven't hit either of these buttons, bias or sag. I don't even know what that is. Stomp box, I have no stomps going. No overdrives of any type. If I did, you'd see a little white ring like that around there, but none of that going. Amp, cabinet, totally at default. Haven't moved a single thing with the mic. No EQ on, you can tell because it's not purple. Like these are like engaged. Even the stomp box section is engaged, even though no individual pedals are engaged. But you can tell this is grayed out and the effects are grayed out. So don't have anything going on either of those. So the point of this is that everything is just the way it came, except I made some changes to the knobs here, like you would on any amp that you fired up. You bring home a Marshall, you bring home a Mesa or whatever, you set it on top of your amp, you plug it in, make sure you got sound, and then you just start tweaking it till you think it sounds good, and then you rip. So that's exactly what I did, and then I saved the preset as RA1, Rob Arnold 1, duh. And then so every time I bring this plugin in to any song I'm making, I just load it up. I don't change a single thing, unless for some reason I need to, if I need something special or whatever. So yeah, just as simple as that. I mean, I feel like there's more that I should explain, but it's really that simple. If you need to know, like, well, how do I get my guitar into my computer and stuff? This may not be the video for you. It eventually will be, but you know, it's so simple. There's so many great videos and articles out there of how to just get started from ground zero, you know, to get this stuff going, and it really is easy. But once you're to the point where you're using a DAW, Reaper, Logic, Cubase, Pro Tools like I'm using here or whatever, and you can open up an instrument track and just put this plugin on as an insert, strum your guitar, and it works. Once you're to that point, which is very easy to get to just with a little determination and like maybe like a couple days worth of trying stuff, you know, and then you get to this point and then you're ready to go. So we've got, what I've done is I've just created a super generic drum track here. That same thing goes over and over again. So, and I've created some guitar tracks here just for us to work with. Right now, this particular one, even though it says guitar left, I've got it panned up the center just so we can get a feel for things. And that's how I always start recording, with it panned up the center. And then once I'm ready to double track whatever I recorded, then I'll pan that original track hard left, and then I'll pan the other track hard right. And you'll hear how when those come together, how much bigger it is when you have two guitar tracks playing the same thing, nice and tight, panned hard left and hard right, how big the sound will get. So it's gonna sound great right off the bat, just with it up the center, but you always want two guitar tracks panned left and right. You can't just copy guitar tracks like copy it, have one left, have one right. They'll either just cancel each other out or just sum to mono. They need to be two different performances with guitars. I get asked about that a lot. I know that's a difficult concept to comprehend, but just trust me. Always record your stuff at least twice. You do one pass of whatever you're recording, make sure it's cool, pan it to one side, do the same thing again, pan it to the other side, it'll be big. So this drum track here. Okay, I got a little riff in mind. I'm gonna riff here. Let's try that. Okay, let's check that out. I know I had one mess up in there, and I'm just gonna copy and paste a good one into that bad spot. And then you'll see how I kind of just build this quickly. I'm not gonna go into great detail of how I'm gonna do this, because I have another video that I made recently where I do go into great detail of exactly how I put this together, how I put those drums together, how I record each guitar track like this, how I put the bass in, all that kind of stuff. It's gonna be right up here for you on the screen somewhere. Check out that video if you wanna see more in depth. Okay, I didn't like that first one at all, so I'm gonna grab this third one here and just pop it in right here. And I know it's gonna sound killer. Good. So this one's bad right here. like. Here. Good. Now, I always record my stuff, 2 passes of the riff if I can, because now I know I can take the second pass because it's a different performance than this pass right here. I can copy that. I'm going to get rid of it. I'm going to put it right here. Okay, now these are going to sound cool. Now I'm going to take that first one, pan it hard left, like I said, take the second one. It's already panned hard right. Check it out. Good. Now we can copy this whole thing. We'll say for the record that that's not nearly as tight as I'd like it to be. But for the sake of the video, I'm just kind of cruising along here. It's a riff I've never really played before, and that's important. When you're not very good at a riff and you go to record it, it's going to sound like that. When you practice a riff and you can just crush it in your sleep, it's going to record way better. Okay, so I copied that and you'll hear. Good. Now we can take this whole thing and copy it again. Now we have 4 of them. Not 4 tracks, but 4 repeats. Okay? Now let's put in a little lead. Got a little something in mind. May screw it up at first, but we'll see. But I bet it'll sound pretty cool. Let's hear how that sounded. Cool. So the idea is there. In reality, this is exactly how I do things. I just do my ideas like this. I get it scratched out, make little adjustments here and there, fix stuff up just to get the ideas out. And then I go back and redo all this meticulously and making sure it's all super tight. So that's just how I go about stuff. Let's add in some bass here. I pre-did a track that will match those rhythm guitars. All right, so anyways, that's it. Just wanted to show you that I think this guitar plugin sounds awesome. I could compare it to a bunch of other ones. I do have a tiny bit of EQ going on here, just a little bit of low end rolled off there, and then a spot around 3.56K where I thought there was a little bit of fizziness. Let me show you what that sounds like with and without just this little 5 dB cut at 3.56. And I also have a video on doing this type of thing in super great detail, the logic behind it, how to find what frequencies are offensive just to smooth things out. But you need to be listening with you know, some good monitors or whatever to hear this difference. But let's just listen to one little section here, and we'll do it with and without. I'm not going to be able to talk. Yeah, we'll be able to talk while this is playing. Let's play it here. Maybe I still have that? Yeah, okay, cool. EQ is engaged. When I hit bypass, we're going to hear some come in. Hear that? You hear it tighten up and clean up when I unbypass this. It's going to hear that. Or it's more like a So again, you need to be listening really well to be able to even hear that through monitors or through headphones. But it's those type of things that add up, the accumulation of subtleties. If you have a bunch of that type of noisiness going on in all your tracks, you have a mix that has a lot of that in there you may not really notice or think about. But once you remove that, all of a sudden your mix cleans up quite a bit, becomes more pleasant to listen to, sounds more professional, things like that. So again, check out this video where I show exactly how I do EQ cuts like this. I also have one on doing it for kick drums and just the general principle for all that kind of stuff. So yeah, that's going to wrap up this little demonstration of the Mark Lewis Tone Hub suite here, and I'll see you back in a second without these headphones. All right, so I hope that insight was helpful into the amp sim that, like I said, is just my go-to, the one I've been using for years now, and the one I just fire up and it just sounds great every time, which is what I like. Simplicity, you know, nothing to get in the way of inspiration and just tracking ideas. So anyways, make sure you check out the description box below with tons of cool links and great ways to help support the channel, including my Patreon club, behind the scenes access, greater communication, and just more of an inside look to what I got going on, my guitar instructional DVD, songwriting, riffing, soloing, arranging, all that stuff to help you with your chops. Some of my Sweetwater affiliate links, which, you know, take you to all the gear that I use and love on a daily basis. No additional cost to you or anything like that. I just get a tiny little kickback from anybody that uses those links for no matter what you purchase. But if you get there through my link, that's super helpful to me, so make sure you check that out. Also, you know, at the very least, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can see more videos like this, plus the plethora of other type of videos I have here on the channel, tons of music related stuff. Just check it out. Check out my playlist, stuff like that. Really appreciate it. If you dug this video, give it a thumbs up for me. Tell a buddy about it, you know, and really sink in. Please check out some more of my audio production videos and guitar reviews, that type of stuff. I'll link all that stuff for you below. And that's going to do it. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers, and hope to see you on the next one.